Hi everyone, I'm Amy Lishman, Head of Member Engagement at Brighton Chamber, and I'm here today with Flo Powell, Joint MD of Midnight Communications and a Chamber member. So hi Flo, thanks for coming in.
It's a pleasure, thanks Amy.
Can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
I would love to. My name's Flo Powell. I'm the Joint MD of Midnight Communications and we're a PR and digital content agency based in Brighton. We operate on a national and international basis and we have lots of local clients as well. And we are celebrating 25 years in business this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Amazing. So how has the Chamber helped your business? How has the Chamber helped Midnight Communications over the years?
Well, in lots of ways. I think Midnight's been a member of the Chamber since it started. Since either Midnight started or the Chamber started. I'm not sure which came first, actually. And it's helped in lots of ways. The biggest way is through exposure to the local business community, through your wonderfully organised events, your newsletter and your website, which works really well. It's also been really useful for our clients to reach out to the local business community through the Chamber, which makes Midnight look wonderful and keeps the clients happy. So one of our clients is First Base, a property developer which owns Edward Street Quarter in Brighton, a new development. And we've been able to organise some fantastic joint events with the Chamber. When we were allowed, we had some great breakfasts at the Ivy and they worked brilliantly and made us all look great. So thank you for that.
It sounds like the Chamber has really helped Midnight's business, but also strengthen your relationships with your clients and your expertise with your clients.
100%.
So can you tell us a little bit about a time perhaps where you've made some good connections through the Chamber?
I've met so many people through the Chamber that I've forgotten that I met through the Chamber, which is lovely. Some of the best connections with the Chamber is your good selves. The Chamber team have been wonderful. If you're a member of an organisation, the more you put into it, the more you get out. So, as you know, I'm in regular communication with you guys, and I think that's what really makes it work. One of my favourite memories is when I met Gav from Search 7 at a Chamber Summit a few years ago. Now, I'd heard great things about Search 7 from other clients and other businesses, but I'd never met him in person. So I was there ready for one of the keynote speakers and he came walking up to my table and I spotted his name badge and got up and went, Gav, finally we get to meet. And he enveloped me in a big bear hug and essentially we've been partners ever since, so that Midnight can offer SEO and PPC alongside our PR campaigns and digital content, which means that we've got a better service offer to our clients and we've been able to put business towards Search 7 and vice versa, and it works brilliantly.
Have you got any standout memories from some of the Chamber events you've attended over the years?
Again, there are so many, but I think it has to be that same summit when I plucked up the courage to sign up for the Samba workshop and I really didn't know what to expect and I absolutely loved it. It totally blew my mind and I spent an hour happily drumming away with other people. And Malcolm, who's the leader of Brighton Samba, is a lovely, lovely guy and we got on brilliantly, and I've since been in touch with him to organise Samba for some client events, but also learnt that, as with many Chamber members, he has many hats and he's also a technical wizard and works with Brighton Gin, one of our other clients, on their e-commerce. So we've been in touch from a technical perspective as well as regarding Samba since that event.
Oh, who knew Samba drumming could lead to such great connections?
Indeed.
So networking, it's sometimes quite difficult for people to get their head around. But you sound like you do a lot of networking. So what networking wisdom and advice would you give to somebody just starting out?
It can be quite a scary thing for some people and there's a massive fear factor with networking. So the biggest tip for me is to plan. Communicate with the event organiser. So if it's Chamber, get in touch with whoever's organised the event. Ask them who else is going to be there. They might be able to share with you an event list and you can look at that list and see who's there and see if there's someone that actually you'd really like to meet, and get a strategy together of the people you want to meet, and then liaise with the person that's organising it to get them to make those introductions for you. And the Chamber are always super helpful and willing to help in that respect. And if it's an actual physical event, then the Chamber people will lovingly take you over by the hand and introduce you to the person that you want to meet, or if it's virtual, they'll introduce you afterwards. And that means that you've ticked off that objective to make the event work for you, because it's your time at the end of the day, and time is money. And if you're going to bother showing up to an event, make sure that you get something out of it rather than just rocking up and hoping for the best. That's my top tip.
That, targeted, planned approach really works, but also with a bit of dose of serendipity, because you never know who you're going to meet, as you've just said as well.
100%.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Flo, for joining us today.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much to you for watching. If you'd like to find out more about Brighton Chamber and what we do, head to brightonchamber.co.uk. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more, and we hope to see you at one of our events soon.